Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
What is poppin', fam? On the dot, it is 9 a.m. We are live. We'll do it live. What's poppin', kids? November 6th. That's right. We're in November. We are in November, and things are going stupendously. Hopefully, you guys had a great weekend. I was in Niagara Falls, New York, about 20 minutes outside Buffalo. Spent the entire weekend there. Before that, I was in Orlando, went to the Olympia. Miss SEMA. I miss SEMA. I can't tell you how much that really irks me. I miss SEMA. And I just watched on Instagram everybody else having so much fun doing stuff I love with car builds and superchargers and blowers and valves and wheels and tires and all sorts of stuff I want to see. But no, I was at the Olympia staring at dudes. So quite the difference, fam. That's all right. People sent me pictures. It's just the same. Niagara Falls, never been. I'm 40, never been to Niagara Falls. So I felt like it's time to grow up, grow a mustache, and go check out Niagara Falls. And you get there, and it's a lot of water falling. And then you get there, and you just look, you go, oh, cool. And then you kind of just walk back, and that's all you do. Now, here's the thing they're not going to tell you on the United States side. It's not the good side, which is very rare. Most people are trying to break in and come to the United States, and this is not the case. On the Canadian side there, it's a much better view, and it's a nicer area. It's a much nicer area. The area that we're in is a little rough around those parts. A little rough. Some bullet holes and stop signs, okay? I can lie to you. But it was a great time, great show. Shout out to Seneca Casino out there. Shout out to, oh, God, I kept calling her Scooter, but her name's not Scoot. She was so cool, man. The manager of the Seneca Casino, she was the best. But yeah, Niagara Falls. Of course, Buffalo invented the chicken wing. So they say. I don't know if I believe that, but apparently they invented the chicken wing, and that is where the first chicken wing was invented. That's at Anchorage, and they're solid. I give them a 9 out of 10. They're good. It's all about the crisp, man. Are they better than JT's Wings in Phoenix?
Are they?
It's going to hurt some people's feelings. You know what? I'm going to do this. Different.
Oh,
right?
great
It's an easy
answer.
bailout.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Just different. They're different. They're different. And then Duffs are good too. But apparently all the locals was telling me we messed up. We should have went to some bar that has the best ones. Apparently those are the tourist spots. So, all right, my bad. I didn't know. My bad. Did not know, man. But, yeah, shout out to Niagara Falls. Shout out to Buffalo. Much better time in Buffalo now than when I was cut by the team. Not going to lie to you guys. I had a grand old time. I was able to watch the one championship card. Saw my boy Haggerty just beat the brakes. Off Andrade. He looked fantastic. Called it. Rutolo doing what he does best, choking dudes out, but he won unanimous decision. But one championship, that was a great card, man. Such a good card. So many finishes, and even the decisions were dope. And then you had the fight night. Now, the casino we're at, Seneca Casino, out there in Niagara Falls, my brother and my feature, Brett Forte, who's Canadian, they're bettors. They bet on everything. Over, under, how many chicken wings we're going to eat. Over, under, how many people we're going to see riding bikes around Niagara Falls. They bet on everything. And so we got done with the show around 10. The good thing about the East Coast is the UFC doesn't start till 10, so we were able to watch most of it. My CU Buffs game started at 10, even though they lost again, so that's cool. But we were able to watch the co-main event. The co-main event, Dalby and Bonfim, was ridiculous. So ridiculous. Dalby looked such a monster. And then the main event, you had Almeida and Derek Lewis. I was all up on Almeida's long wiener, Brazilian wiener. I was riding that thing hard, dude. And you guys know it. You know it. And I was all in on this guy. I was all on this guy and that beautiful, gorgeous body that he owns. And then he fought Derek Lewis, and it was 5 rounds of a straight-up Brazilian jiu-jitsu match. He inflicted no damage. This is where people get confused. They're like, man, he can wrestle. Yes, against Rosenstruck, against Derek Lewis, he can wrestle. I'm not hating on the guy in any facet. He's so skillful. Should probably be a light heavyweight. He's gonna struggle to be a champion because his wrestling is not at the level of, say, a Curtis Blades, a John Jones, a DC. When you get to those upper echelon guys, where he's gonna be able to inflict his will and get guys down at all cost. He's gonna be forced to stand with a guy like Curtis Blades. He's gonna be forced to stand with a guy like Aspinall. Outside that, he's gonna do pretty well, but the chance of him being champion at heavyweight is not great after watching that Derek Lewis fight. There was no damage done with the ground and pound. He didn't have that killer mentality looking for the relentless submissions. He spent, I don't know, the fight was 25 minutes long inside that octagon. He probably spent 20 minutes in mount. Derek Lewis didn't have a freaking bruise on his face. So for Almeida, it's going to get dicey here because he was kind of the poster boy, and everyone's high and mighty on him. He was getting these first-round finishes and choking people out. And then you see the nasty side of the UFC brass when things like this happen in main event. Now he's going to learn, I need to switch up my fighting style because and I wouldn't even say he's going to be disciplined because he's supposed to fight Curtis Blades in the first part. And the only reason he's fighting Derek Lewis is because Curtis Blades got hurt. So if he would have went out there and starched Derek Lewis and choked him out in the first round or second round and, did his thing, I think he would have been able to bypass a lot of tough contenders and get a title shot. Probably either title shot or they gave him Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane's a great fight for him, super great fight for him. So that's not going to be the case now. Now the UFC's going, no. You're getting Curtis Blades next. You're going to be forced to strike. You're going to be forced to go for a finish. And it's just he's going to see it. Remember, it is a sport, but it's show business. So now he's going to see the show business side of fighting, and it's going to hurt his feelings because the UFC is going to discipline him for that performance. Even though he probably had 4 10-8 rounds. Sure, man, you dominated in every aspect of that fight, but it wasn't entertaining in any facet. Now, you're going to learn now. You learn now. So the way they make him learn is by fighting a Curtis Blades. Volkov could be a tough one for him. But yeah, he's not going to get catapulted to a title shot after that. He had the potential to, and now they're going to make his road a little tougher. I could see him cutting to light heavyweight eventually. Because it's going to be very tough for him to beat guys like Curtis Blades or Aspinall. And also, your boy Pavlac's hips isn't too bad either. So those could be some tough tests for him. So we'll see. But don't get it twisted. He's getting guys down. He's wrestling, his chain wrestling. He does well with it. With guys who have absolutely no experience wrestling. When he starts getting to those higher level guys, it's going to be a tough night in the office for him. I think very tough, very very tough. So he's had an easy road, and now he's gonna learn what the UFC is. I think his future's at 205, though. Not going to lie to you. But at least he got the win. Haggerty, London's finest, doing the damn thing. Double champ now. So we'll see, man. Everything's headed towards UFC 295 this Saturday. Now, for the casuals, you're going to be a little disappointed that John Jones and Stipe is not on there. I'm a little disappointed. I would have loved to see that. But Jiri and Alex Pereira and Sergey Pavlovich and Tom Aspinall is a fantastic freaking co-main event. Fantastic. The entire main card is amazing, but it's not going to bring out the casuals. It's just, they're not going to order. They're not gonna have a pizza party for UFC 295. The hardcores, we're going nuts. We love it. This card's stacked. Matt Favola, our boy, versus Benoit Saint Denis, aka God of War. Intense name. Intense name. Our boy Matt is an underdog here.
Yep.
You're out of your freaking mind if you're going to bet against our boy Matt Steamroller in his hometown. You're out of your freaking mind, dude. He's won 3 in a row. He's coming off that huge win knocking Drew Dober out. He has 3 finishes as well. He's on a 3-fight win streak, 3 finishes. I think he gets it done. Even though he's a big dog, you're out of your freaking mind if you think I'm betting against the Steamroller in New York, baby. I think he gets it done, and I'm praying he gets it done. Mackenzie Dern, Jessica Andrade. Mackenzie Dern all day. I think she chokes her out. Jessica Andrade just kind of, she's in a tough path.
Mm-hmm.
Go to her.
Yeah.
She's
few
hit
in a
a tough streak here. So she's lost. She's 3-6. Yeah. Our last 6 fights, she's won 3. She lost to Blanchfield. Nothing to hang your head about. Jan was a tough one. Then Suarez, did work on her as well. She's, 4 out of her last 7 she's lost. She's hit a bit of a tough patch, very tough patch. I'm definitely rolling with Mackenzie Dern here. I think Mackenzie gets the sub here. Fun fights. And then your co-main event, main event. Let's start with the co-main event. Sergey Pavlovich, Tom Aspinall. I mentioned to you guys before, it's great for the fight fans. It's great for the UFC. It's great for the UFC brass. It's great for all the brands involved with the UFC that they can kind of put together a world title fight in between Sergey and Tom Aspinall on 2 weeks' notice. It's great. It sucks for the fighters and it should suck for the fans too. Although they're filling in and they have big shoes to fill in for with Stipe and John Jones. But remember that you're getting these guys at 80%. So they're not going on full camps. That being said, Sergey Pavlovich and Tom Aspinall still ridiculous fight, even on 2 weeks' notice. I think Tommy gets it done. Like you said last week, if you watch the show, I think Tom Aspinall's fight IQ is much higher. This is not going to be a quick one. It's going to be a slow burn, as the kids say. So I think Tom Aspinall takes his time, uses his footwork. He knows the power of Sergey early on. He also the power of Sergey's hips early on. And as that wears down, Tom Aspinall's to start going to work in the 3rd, 4th round. I think he gets a TKO or probably submission in the late 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th, but I think 3rd or 4th, Tom gets it done. Because Sergey's hips are not bad, especially early on. He's explosive, heavy hands. Tommy knows this, but Tom, it's his time, man. It's his time. And then the main event, Jiri and Alex Pereira. Chin, who you got on this? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, I did. So I don't know how to say this, but I'm going for Jiri. I want him to win. I just like him a lot, but
You don't like Alex?
he's awesome too. But I'm just saying, like, Jiri's just like the more the personality that I like more. Anyway, watching Jiri's fights, he gets tagged a lot, dude. Right?
Wow, boy.
Yeah, but his chin's really great. But against Alex, dude, I don't know.
Nuclear Brazilian bomb.
And it's so
dude.
accurate too. Alex is so accurate. So if I had to pick, I think Alex takes it.
Me too. Yeah. And what does DraftKings have as the odds? Is Alex a slight favorite or is he a dog? I think he's a slight dog.
Let me refresh this. So Alex is
minus 125.
-125.
Super slight favorite.
and plus 105 for Jiri.
Yeah, it's basically even money. Damn, then Tommy Aspinall's minus 118. Sergey's minus 102. That's
So
them
close.
going. I don't know.
Yeah, super close.
Damn, and then even Dern Andrade is pretty close.
Dude, they're all so close now.
For MMA, these are all like the entire main card is even basically. Keep going. All of them are so damn close. That Jared Gordon, Mark Madsen, I'm surprised Madsen's the dog in that with his wrestling pedigree. That one surprised me. If you can bet on a dog as much as I love Jared Gordon, if the odds were different, I wouldn't say bet on Madsen, but he's not a bad bet as a slight underdog there. All the fights, this has to be one of the closest from top to bottom, where they're all pretty even. People are going to make money, baby, or the fight's so close they're just going to, it's tough to put a parlay together. Damn, those fights are close. Yeah, I'm with you. Jiri does get hit a lot. You looking at his resume. We click on him for me, Jim? You look at his resume there. So he had the win over Glover in the 5th round. The Dominic Reyes, Volkan, CB Dalloway. God, he's starching dudes. And he's coming off an injury. Hasn't fought in a hot second either. Man.
And it was like one of the worst shoulder injuries.
That's what they say. Said, yeah, I'm curious how he comes back after that. All signs would point towards Alex. Alex wins this. He was a champion at middleweight, champion at light heavyweight. He's beat the current champion at middleweight and Sean Strickland. Do you want to talk, dude? And he's had 10 fights.
I know, it's so cool.
What? In his 10 fights, he beat Izzy. He beat Sean Strickland. He beat Jan Blachowicz. And then if he beats Jiri, what? Think how insane that is. UFC Hall of Famer probably already, but this would cement him. But he has to be the only guy with 11 fights that gets into the UFC Hall of Fame first ballot. Insane how fast he's got it done. And his home is at light heavyweight. His home's at light heavyweight. I think people are going to be surprised because Jan's known as the taller, bigger for a light heavyweight. You're going to be surprised how big Alex is. People think that's an advantage for Jiri, how big he is. And people are going to be a little surprised how massive Alex is and fought at middleweight. Yeah, I just think Alex, his kicks are going to be a big issue for Jiri. Jiri, he's very Tony Ferguson-ish, where it's a controlled chaos, but when that chaos meets technique and they can find the openings, it gets very difficult for those guys that thrive in the chaos. And Alex Pereira is one of those guys at his level, the most elite striker at light heavyweight, even elite striker at middleweight. Any division he's in, he's going to be the best when it comes to the stand-up game. And Jiri can wrestle, don't get me wrong. And I do think he's going to implement a lot of grappling in this, or try, and he's going to be surprised how good Alex's defense is. Remember, he's training with Glover nonstop. Mm-hmm. So I just think it's just a matter of time before that Brazilian bomb lands on Jiri. And I'm with you. I love Jiri. Yeah. One of my favorites. I just don't like this as far as he just can't take as many risks as he does that got him, to be the champion and not get hit by Alex. And when you get hit by Alex, it's game, set, match, especially at light heavyweight now. But also, something be said, too, Jiri hits a lot harder than the guys he's fighting at middleweight. So we'll see how his chin holds up as well. But I just think Alex at light heavy and how wild in the openings that Jiri's going to present for him, and also mix in the kicks, it's going to be a difficult fight for Jiri. Yeah, but also, I don't think it's one of those quick ones where he starches him like he did Sean Strickland. I think Jiri does have a chin, so he's going to take a couple of shots. The crowd's and then he's going to grapple. I think there's a back and forth. A lot of people are picking Matt Steamroller to have the fight of the night. I think it's going to go to your main event.
That'd be amazing if it does.
Yeah, I think it's going to go down as one of those great light heavyweight fights of all time. And they'll fight again. And for Alex, there's so many fun matchups. Alex going to be a freaking superstar, dude. Superstar. Going to be happier for him. And something of note, too, with Pavlovich, everyone's saying, he has all these knockouts and he's starching everybody in the first round. I get all that. But remember this. Tom Aspinall is one of Tyson Fury's main training partners. The best heavyweight on the planet right now in boxing. Not named Francis. Just kidding. As far as straight boxing goes, the award still goes to Tyson Fury. But Tommy Aspinall's used to going with that guy. So I think he can avoid a MMA guy's hands for 25 minutes and be smart and be calculated and eventually get him down and choke him out. or wear him out enough and use good footwork where he can capitalize on his mistakes, get him down, and go to work on him. I just think Tom has too many ways to win. Pavlovich has one, only one. I'll take the Swiss Army knife over the machete all day. That Russian machete, I'll take the English Swiss Army knife all day. I should just say English knife, but you get the point.
We get the point.
You get it.
Yeah.
These fights are great though, fantastic. Yeah, the one that I'm circling there, it's the last fight in the early prelims. As much as I love Jared Gordon, I know he's been screwed over so many times since that Patty fight. I'm not crazy about Mark Madsen for him. If you know Mark Madsen's wrestling back pedigree, I know he lost his last one. This dude is a monster. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, look at all those accolades in wrestling.
Yeah, that's insane.
Nuts. What do you got, Jen?
First,
Have you ever been to SEMA, Chin?
I've been.
Really?
Yeah, I remember I was huge into the car culture before. Yeah,
How long ago did you go?
it was. I don't know how many. It's a long time
1994?
ago. This is when the import car thing was like big. So maybe like early 2000s around there.
Like when Fast and Furious came out.
Yeah. Why?
Just curious. I've always wanted
if
to
you
go.
go, it is incredible.
Oh my God! I was
It is
supposed to
incredible.
go. My friends were there. I can't stop
I'm telling you,
thinking
it is
about it.
incredible. If you're into cars, trucks, whatever, it's like the best of the best show up there.
I know.
Yeah.
It was just horrible timing for me.
Yeah.
Horrible timing. Horrible timing. We got a fun project going. I'll tell you when we get off here. I don't want to
Hell
leak
yeah.
it, but yeah.
Can't wait to hear.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. Yeah, man. Any show you see me do, your boy is on that Happy Hippo. You guys know this. I've promoted these guys. It's one of the few brands that I've reached out to personally work with the show because I believe in their product. It's the best kratom on planet Earth. It's the only kratom that I trust. We know that kratom's the Wild West. You don't know who's sourcing it, what you're putting into your body. With Happy Hippo, you can trust them. They have so many versions. They got the powders right here. That is I think that's the mango grapefruit flavor, which I love. They have the taffies, the gummies, the highly concentrated shots, the energy shots, which I love. They have it all. You go to happyhippo.com. Promo code is THICC with 3 C's, 23. You get 20% off for life, so go get you some right now.
Alrighty. So one of the biggest things that came out in the last few days is this report. But by the way, so this report is apparently from Dave Meltzer, who's very trustworthy from the Wrestling Observer as far as pay-per-view numbers. I haven't seen anything that he posted publicly, but apparently he's talked about it on one of his radio shows, and then these websites are grabbing that content from that. So he's saying apparently, I'll show you this right here.
So this is a quote from him. He goes, this was regarding the Francis Fury fight. He goes, I will have the exact numbers tomorrow, but they were terrible. Way below an AEW All Elite Wrestling pay-per-view, possibly $10K for TV orders. I'm not buying this. I will have the streaming tomorrow. It was nothing close to Canelo versus Nate or Jake versus Nate.
And then I saw this.
Well, not Canelo versus Nate, but Canelo's pay-per-view against Charlo. Per Dave Meltzer, Francis Tyson Fury only did 11,500 TV pay-per-view buys in the U.S. and 56,000 on streams on ESPN Plus.
But these are all from proxies. They're not from. I don't. You have to subscribe to Dave Meltzer's Substack or whatever to find out. So I don't know exactly, but this is what's in the. There's headlines in the Daily Mail, MMA Mania, and these other.
Here's where it gets dicey, and Chael's alluded to this so many times. Remember how they said Conor versus Floyd, biggest pay-per-view of all time? But there's no way to prove it. The people that are promoting the event or that are involved in it know the actual numbers. So it's kind of like Netflix or Howard Stern on Sirius. So on Netflix, they say these crazy numbers. This is the most streamed special in the world. This is the most watched show. Over 100 billion people watch the Jeffrey Dahmer TV show, and you're like, okay. There's no way to confirm this. There's absolutely no way to confirm this. But the numbers that we do have to confirm, all signs would point that this fight with Francis and Tyson was lower than expected. But let's talk about the expectations here, because if you go back, Francis Ngannou was never. You look at his pay-per-view numbers. Bring it up. Look at his pay-per-view numbers on the UFC chin. He was never known as a big pay-per-view star. Never. That was not his MO. And that's one of the reasons Dana White let him walk. He was never a huge pay-per-view star. He's just, no, just bring in Francis Ngannou UFC pay-per-view numbers. If you type in pay-per-view numbers, it's just going to be Fury, right?
Gotcha. I think since that's the biggest thing right now.
What, Francis Ngannou.
I think since it's a big headline now, that's why it's tough to find. But
it's annoying. Is that up? Is that it right there? Go up. Pay-per-view Tapology.
We'll give it a shot.
That's like the most ever. He's not going to be in that category. But even though we don't have the exact numbers, it would have been nice to have them. But even though we don't have them, the point is this shouldn't be that shocking. Just because Francis has never been a major pay-per-view star amongst his own peers, amongst his own fan base. He was never a massive pay-per-view draw. He just wasn't. Tyson Fury, if you go over his boxing numbers, Tyson Fury's pay-per-view box numbers, he also isn't the biggest, especially in America. So, yeah, all it is.
It's going to be because that's the number one topic right now.
That's so stupid. But, so you have two guys who aren't not known for being these massive stars, in pay-per-view. It's just not. One of the reasons we can believe that Floyd Mayweather and Connor's numbers were high, are they as high as everyone's saying? Probably not. But the reason we can assume that did pretty damn well is Conor McGregor's the biggest pay-per-view star of all time. So he's a proven commodity in the UFC, his fan base. And then Floyd Mayweather, the biggest boxing pay-per-view star of all time, proven commodity. You put those together, even if half the boxing fan base hates it, half the MMA fan base hates boxing, you still put it together, you got a pretty big-ass pay-per-view. Francis' fan base has never really rode with him and bought him as a pay-per-view star. Tyson Fury, even though he's massive, was never the biggest pay-per-view star. So if you put them together, you would assume it's not going to go crazy good. So we all talked about Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. Remember how big of a fight that was? Remember how insane that was? 325,000 pay-per-view buys. Again, my point is, neither guy from his respective fields, whether it's boxing or MMA, even though they're the best of the best, just because they're the best doesn't mean they're pay-per-view stars. So you put them together, even though it's this weird dynamic of the greatest heavyweight at fighting and our current UFC champion heavyweight fighting, you put them together, that doesn't mean it's going to be a huge pay-per-view success. There's so much that goes into pay-per-view. It takes a while for someone to become a pay-per-view star. It's just what it is. So when I heard it's low, I went, that makes sense. Weird time of day. Start at 11, didn't end at 5. Weird production. It's in Saudi Arabia. Francis, he left the UFC. This fight took a while to come to fruition. A lot of the boxing fan base wanted Fury to fight Usyk right away. Didn't happen. They thought this was a gimmick. Then there's always that constant kind of hate that these kind of quote-unquote circus fights get, where the general consumer, the casuals go, oh, it's all fake. That narrative, remember how long it's taken Jake Paul to get out of that narrative. Even Logan Paul has to deal with that. Francis, Tyson have to deal with. Even walking here, some guy, is that real? No way Tyson would even come close to losing that guy. I'm like, oh no. So once that narrative is pushed so much, people, they don't, a lot of people are sheep. They don't think for themselves. They're like, oh, it's fake. That stuff's fake. Okay. So they have to deal with that narrative. So then people aren't buying into that. So they're dealing with a lot of trash. They're dealing with a lot of fake news. And so I think that hurts the pay-per-view sales. Again, and the pure boxing purists don't want to see this. And then Francis not being a big cash cow for the UFC, it makes sense. Do I think it was this low? No. No, I don't think we'll ever know. I also don't think Saudi Arabia cares.
No.
They have so much money. I think they're just doing it to entertain themselves. The sheik or the king or whatever you call him, the guy who everyone loves, or they have to, or they get,
Turkey,
or they disappear. I think they have to. They're doing it to get their own rocks off. It's a way to flex on the world. So mission accomplished there. This has also been done too with Saudi Arabia. They get these massive, Premier League guys to come over and play soccer there. You look at the stadiums. There's like 150 people in the stands, and they've paid damn near $1 billion to get these guys over there. So not a lot of people tune into that either. So I don't think they care. Here's where it hurts Francis and Tyson. This is what bums me out about it. The narrative of it being fake is whatever. You got to be a moron to think that. But the narrative that lowest pay-per-view of all time, that's probably not true. It's probably somewhere in the middle. So all good. The issue with all of this is last week, how high were we on Francis Ngannou? I'm still super high on what he's achieved as one of the greatest accomplishments in combat sports. The issue when it comes down to the business side is if Anthony Joshua sees those numbers, if Deontay Wilder sees those numbers, and now it's a tougher fight than you thought it was going to be, who's going to fight Francis now? When those numbers were so low against Tyson Fury, who is a bigger star than Deontay Wilder, who is arguably a bigger star than Anthony Joshua. He has his show on Netflix. Americans are more familiar with him. Now, is he a bigger star in the UK? I don't know. It's up for debate. All I'm saying is these guys that used Francis as his cash cow and thought it was going to be an easy fight, now they realize it's not an easy fight. Not only is it not an easy fight, it's not an easy payday. A lot of people aren't paying attention to it. Now the risk isn't worth the reward. So who does that affect most? Francis. So now Deontay Wilder's going, eesh, man, I thought this was going to be a big deal. It's not. I'm going to stick to boxing. Anthony Joshua. Last week, Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua's handler, was saying, Joshua, we would definitely consider this. And then the pay-per-view numbers come out, and they go, Anthony Joshua wants to be the world champion. He doesn't want to do these circus acts. So notice they're all up on my boys Francis nuts last week. Now the numbers come out, and everyone's going, Because A, it's not going to be this massive fight you think it was going to be. And B, it ain't going to be a walk in the park. You're going to beat up. You might beat him, but you're going to have a tough fight in your hands. Who's signing up for that? Now, you got to hope if you're a Francis fan, if you're a Thiccc fan, who's the greatest coach we have in the game right now, if you're a fan of those boys, you got to hope Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, and you got to hope the Saudis, especially the Saudis, offer an insane amount of money. Because even if you're Francis, this is a black guy in your career a little bit, but if you beat Usyk, do you really want to go back and fight this Francis guy again when people didn't tune in like you thought they were? We just got to hope Saudi's like, we don't care. I'm doing it to impress this chick. That's what we got to hope for. I don't care. I'm trying to smash this girl over here, dude. That's what we got to hope for. Because now all the money's not there. All the hype's not there. But the Saudis know the real pay-per-view numbers. You know?
No one knows. So
No one knows. But I guarantee it didn't go great. But it didn't go as bad as everyone
I know
thinks.
the reported stuff is like.
But again, this is the society we live in now, where any narrative, even though you don't have to have any proof, people will run with it like crazy, and then it gets said enough times and people just assume it's facts. Jake Paul, those fights are fixed. Tyson Fury, Francis, the fight was so close, it's fixed. And people buy into that instead of looking into it themselves or watching themselves. They see a clip on Instagram like, oh my God, that was fixed. Think how many Jake Paul clips came out on Instagram when he knocked out Woodley. Oh, look at it here. Look, Woodley looks like he takes a slip here. And then most people didn't buy the fight, so they see that like, oh yeah, those are fixed. When it can be further from the truth. That's the world we live in, man.
Yeah.
So the bummer is Tyson's gonna Tyson. He goes on to fight Usyk in a legit world championship fight. For Francis, that's who I'm worried about. Just if the numbers are that low, and I'm sure the managers can get the actual numbers, you're not going to attract those big names like Wilder and Joshua now, or even Tyson the rematch. That's what you got to worry about. And Francis does supposedly in his contract has to fight for the PFL in March. Not a lot going on there. if that was a tough fighter, if we were to lose, all this goes away. So it's not worth it. So I'm sure they're feeling offers now. I feel like Wilder would be down to do it still.
Yeah.
If I had to bet, my money would go towards Wilder in a boxing match. That's what I think happens next for him, and I hope. So, what else you got, Jen?
That would be a great fight, though.
Hell yeah, it would.
Yeah, two crazy-ass sluggers. Okay, so I thought this was kind of funny. So Dana White was on Donald Trump Jr.'s I think it's his podcast, a video podcast. And then he said he didn't watch the Francis Ngannou Tyson Fury fight.
Oh, he's lying.
I know, right?
I get it, dude.
Immediately, I thought, oh, come on.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
But he did say, like, here's this quote right here.
So this is him talking to Trump Jr.
Yeah.
He says, the fact that he went 10 rounds with Tyson Fury is crazy. He just went 10 rounds with Tyson Fury. Conor McGregor made it 9 or 10 with Floyd. Anthony Pettis just beat Roy Jones. I know Roy is freaking 60 years old or whatever, but I don't know what the hell's going on. It's crazy. I didn't see the fight, but the fact they went 10 rounds is unbelievable.
It's hilarious.
But at least he gave him some kudos.
Yeah, he did.
He's like,
but
I
mean,
didn't see
come
it,
on.
but I heard it went well. You saw it, dude.
Of course, dude.
That's like when you break up with your hot ex and she meets, like, her husband has, like, kids. You're like, yeah, good for her. I don't see it, but I heard. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, that was just interesting because he definitely saw the fight. Why
Everyone
wouldn't he?
saw the fight. Yeah, of course he watched it.
And this sucks. We reported last week. I guess Tyson's trainer said he would probably be in the top 10 because most of us think that most of us think that Francis won that fight, the boxing match, but he's ranked officially at 590. What? Out of 1,000.
But no, we weren't going based off just like, since he went to close decision with Fury, he's gonna be in the top 10. No. Somebody in boxing leaked that. That was the report last week. Remember, it was WBO is going to rank Tyson in the top 10.
Oh, yeah,
Fury
WC or something.
going to rank Francis in the top 10. That's where the MMA side got it. We don't know how the rankings work. We're not in your world. You guys told us this. And you're ranking him at 590. How dare you?
509. After he basically almost beat Tyson Fury, which the majority of us think we did, or he did.
Yeah, is France a top 10 boxer? It'd be tough to put him in his top 10. It'd be tough to put him at top 20.
I know, because it's his first
come on.
match.
Yeah. But again, I wasn't even assuming that. I'm not the one that – we're not the ones in here that started this rumor he's being ranked in the top 10. WBO leaked that. So we're like, oh, that's sick. And we're cheering our boy on. And they're like, psych, 590. 590. Are there even 590 heavyweights in the world? Not good ones. So someone commented there goes, I hate boxing. That's not Terrence Crawford, is it?
No, that's Terrence, our boy. Basketball player.
Oh, word, Terrence Ross.
Yeah.
I thought it was Terrence Crawford. Like, yeah, that's aggressive. Shout out to Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence is the best. But yeah, I forgot who it was. I think his trainer, but then we saw an article about like the WBC.
No. We did. His trainer didn't say that shit. It came from boxing. Right. MMA's not going to say the WBO, WCO, whatever the hell their leagues are, all their bullshit, is going to rank France top 10. Nobody at MMA reported that. That came from the boxing side. And then someone was like, hold up. No, 590. Don't even rank them, dude. Yeah. F off. We reported last week. It was somewhere that, again, it could be fake news, and we got. See, it was Ring Magazine.
Okay.
They were the ones.
Wait, hold on.
See, and everyone's slamming it. That's not right. He shouldn't be in the top 10. So they swayed him.
Okay. Either way, hold on. To be right.
Yeah, don't put that on us, Jen.
I know. I just want to make sure it's correct, though. Francis Ngannou to be ranked by the WBC. Here's what we need.
So hold on. According to one of his head coaches, Dewey Cooper, who's a boxing coach, again, not a MMA coach. He's a boxing coach. He's going to be ranked in the top 10 of the division after his fight with Fury.
So his coach did say that. And then,
so Marcio, the president of the WBC, said he's going to be ranking him in the.
There you go.
Ready? See, I'm telling you, MMA. We I'm telling you, dude, it didn't come from our side. That'd be insane if MMA was like, he's top 10. We don't know. We don't control the rankings. That's like saying we're put Tyson Fury top 10 in heavyweight. We're like, no, you're not. That's not how it works. So we don't know how it works. So the president of the WBC said he's going to rank him in the top 10 because he's better than most of the heavyweights in the top 10. He said that in the ring.
What's
he
it
said
says,
that in the ring. So absolutely you'll see him again.
Hold on. This is so just to be completely correct. Mauricio Suleiman, whatever, president of WBC said he's going to rank him in the top 10 because he's better than most heavyweights in the top 10. Said Cooper. Cooper's the coach. So
Cooper's the boxing coach who spoke to the president of the WBC after the fight in the ring. Again, it came from the president of the WBC. We didn't ask for this.
We didn't ask for it.
No, and then you rank him 590 like dumbasses. All right, you're the one that would say you're ranking the top 10. We never said that. Yeah. I don't trust that guy. Look at him. I don't trust that guy.
Anyways, he's 590 right now, apparently.
How you gonna? Yeah, okay. Don't even rank him though. Just let him do his thing.
Okay. I don't know if you had a chance to see this. It's such a long clip, but it's pretty crazy. So it's basically Ariel Helwani and Chael Sonnen arguing about Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury. And the majority
arguing over like who won, or I haven't seen this, by the way.
The majority of the argument was about the pay. Like Ariel said that he would get 10 to 20 million for the fight, and then Chael was like, "You realize 10 to 20 million? That's 100% difference, right? That's a huge difference."
Then what?
If you got 10 million versus 20 million, that's 100% difference.
Well, it's based on pay-per-view sales.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that's a huge like jump, right? So
it's 10 million.
Yeah, that's a huge. That's 100%.
But it's all predicated. But we knew he was going to get 10 million, and then if the pay-per-view went well, he has the potential to get 20 million. Yeah. Is that what Ariel's saying here?
No. So Chael, it was kind of like back and forth. It was so confusing. Either way, though, the main thing that happened was the discrepancy of pay, and then Chael got super upset with Ariel, and Ariel started like, I can't play this clip, but it was like,
play it for me. I haven't seen this.
No, we're live though. We can't do it.
Oh damn! Play it for me after.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, but I haven't seen any of it. Hand to God, this isn't like a Dana White.
Wait,
thing.
real quick before you answer. So Chael was like, he got pissed off. He was like, I could strangle you, and then Ariel was like, something like he was calling out Chael like, say it to my face, you're being a bitch or something,
was calling him
like
a coward,
a bitch.
It
and
was
I'm
very
just like,
contentious. I watched the entire thing.
So yeah, so you know more than I do probably.
I mean, yeah.
Let me ask you this case.
Okay.
Do we think it's real?
So I did, and then I was talking to my brother about it, and he was like, "They're both from the school of like WWE."
Yeah.
And
remember,
like,
they're both WWE fans. They both know that this gets ratings. They both know that this is gonna make all the airwaves.
If it was fake,
and remember, they're very close. They both had a show together.
Yes.
Clearly, they both had a show together. They had a show together on ESPN.
Yeah, you're definitely changing my mind.
As soon as someone told me that they had an issue, I'm like, oh, it's a gig, like it's a bit.
But you should watch it because if it is fake, they're both tremendous actors.
Yeah, I would say like
it felt real.
Let's say they started off as
it got real.
It seemed like it got real. Like it seemed like it actually got real.
To the point where Chael like hung up on him. He was like, this is a like bitch move, but I gotta go. Like. It was like 40, 50 minutes. It was a long.
Yeah.
Like,
and Chael does that kind of like silly thing where he slams the computer and
yeah.
gets out. But this time it was a little bit.
But Ariel was like encouraging him to like fight him.
What's up?
Ariel was like, bring it on.
He said, say it to my face. I know what you're talking about. Blah blah.
Oh, interesting.
And dude, he was calling him names that, dude, literally, if you said that to anyone in real life, they're gonna fight you. You know.
He would never say that to him in real life.
No, of course not.
Or they're such good friends. Like, obviously, this is like Brian versus Ariel would be a good fight, right? Like, neither one can fight. Me and Chael, right? We both have background in professional fighting. So, clearly, Chael knows that. So, you're going to give Ariel a long leash as far as what he can say before you physically touch him. Brian can get away. He can call me whatever. The worst things you've ever heard of. Clearly, we have a deep relationship like Chael and Ariel. I would never beat up Brian. Like, Brian can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, and Chael didn't say he's going
So
to.
Chael's not going to, like, you can't threaten a journalist.
He didn't say
I
he was
can't
going
threaten
to.
a journalist. I can't threaten Brian at 60.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't fare well for anybody.
You should definitely watch this clip afterwards.
It's bad, huh?
I do feel like there are undertones where they do kind of like there's issues with them. You
Like,
can tell.
Clearly there's a past, right?
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
with me and Brian can say things that you guys wouldn't know about that it would definitely strike a nerve. I'm like, oh, hell no.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
clearly,
how I
there's
felt.
clearly, there's no physical repercussions.
That's how it felt. That's
Yeah,
how it felt,
I bet. It's like a married couple fighting. That stuff happens, and it's good for TV.
A married couple fighting in front of their friends. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at dinner, like, ooh, okay. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm good. I don't want dessert. I'm just gonna get home. This is awkward. I bet they'll be fine. I bet they talked after.
Yeah, I imagine they would. I mean, they kept saying Chael even said like we're friends, but then it just got deeper
Worse and
and
worse.
deeper. Yeah.
Maybe there's some other drama we don't know about.
Yeah.
Again, it's all the Real Housewives of the UFC. That's all this is. This is the newest scuffle, like somebody on Bravo TV show, and then we all talk about it. That's how it goes. I bet they're fine. They've known each other forever.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so this is another one. Since we're talking about Ariel Helwani, so he posted this on November 4th, saying that it's not finalized yet, but Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira 2 was going to headline UFC 297. That's what he thought. And then right after that, Ali Abdelaziz said, no, that's not happening. And it gets a little crazier here.
Why does everyone come from Ariel right now?
I guess because he put it out there. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, but Ariel's a legit journalist.
He is,
like,
yes.
and so he has to like fact check all his stuff. So Ariel's not a guy like some of these other weird MMA sites that leak stuff and to get clicks, and because Ariel knows if he does that, he'll lose all credibility. And that's why if I hear it from Brett Okamoto, if I hear it from Luke Thomas or Ariel, it's facts. It's facts
They
because
have sources,
they have that
multiple
track
sources.
record
Yeah.
because they're legit journalists. The rest of the stuff out there, it's just all to get clicks and views and create, a narrative. It's all crap. But if you hear it from Ariel especially, Luke Thomas or Brett, it's going down, dude. If you hear it from me, probably not going down. I don't fact check or have sources. I may have some good sources, but if they even get a sniff of it and they tell me, like, all right, I'm running with it. Because I don't care. These guys, their entire careers are being journalists, like legit journalists, dude. So for Ali to be like, guys, don't listen. Obviously, they don't like each other. Guys, please don't listen to people who can't even get credentials in the UFC. Fake news, biatch.
Yeah.
Again, but you got to remember, Ariel's just not being like, oh, what will get me clicks? Oh, here's a main event coming up. Why is everyone going for Ariel? Ariel, I got your back, dog. I got your back.
And then hold on. This is how Ariel responded. I double checked, and this is crazy.
Ariel
man.
got it pretty good.
Yeah.
Ariel got it pretty good. Here's a little sniper. So he put, don't believe, fake news, bitch. And then Ariel goes, and then he goes, don't believe anybody who can't even get a UFC credential. And Ariel put, hey, at least you can get on a plane and leave the country.
Yeah, that goes deep.
Oh, did they keep going?
No, I'm saying that goes deep though.
Yeah, that's a deep cut there.
But yeah, since then, Brett Okamoto pointed out that Makhachev and Charles Oliveira will not headline UFC 297, and I heard from around this area, our friends, maybe like as soon as Ariel announced it, the UFC team got pissed off and like, fuck, we're gonna change it now or something. I don't know if that's
UFC wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Ariel don't have that much of influence on the UFC. We're like, oh, Ariel announced it before us. We're changing the entire card. We can't let him announce it. No, they wouldn't do that. Whoever told you that's sipping that drama juice.
Yeah, someone outside there.
Yeah. Don't listen to whoever told you that. And let me know who it is because I'll fire them.
Someone in
So
the bathroom.
it is interesting that now I'm sure Ariel's going to say it on his show. He's probably doing it live as we do ours live. Who gave him that info? Because, again, Ariel's track record is the most legit journalist we have, close thing we have to, a legit journalist in this weird MMA game. And for him to say Makhachev Charles Oliveira 2 is happening in Toronto, which is he's Canadian. Yeah, but so he got some word on.
Yeah.
Again, Ariel's not just gonna. It's not like some guy at Starbucks is like, hey, I heard I have a friend who works at the UFC. And Ariel's like, "Oh, really?" And then tweet that out.
No.
He had a legit source.
Multiple sources.
That
He always
he's-
says multiple
sources that probably work within the UFC that they were headed in that direction, and so he felt good enough to tweet that out. But sounds like it's definitely not happening because Brett Okamoto, who works for the UFC and ESPN, put Islam and Charles II will not headline UFC 297
Per Dana White.
Per Dana White. As of now, Oliveira does appear to be the most likely 155 challenger, although Dana White says anything is possible. So who knows?
Yeah, and that card was supposed to be.
It sounds like Ariel just maybe his sources looked like they had that direction. For whatever reason, they went another direction, and then Ali and all these guys jump on him. But anyone who thinks that the UFC would change a pay-per-view because Ariel leaked it before, he is stupid. Think how much that goes into a pay-per-view main event.
I know.
Like, Ariel leaked it? Change everything, all the flights. Let's cost us millions of dollars.
Just the
the
headliners.
marketing, never.
Just the headliners.
Nah, it's stupid.
Yeah. So, anyways,
'Cause
the
that's what
headliners.
sells the card.
The original headliners were supposed to be Volk and Topuria, but
Yeah, I know.
honestly, Volk is
That's interesting. Everyone going at Ariel for now, huh?
I don't know. So
Can't we
I
all
just saw this.
Can't we all just get along?
I saw this pop up too. Apparently Netflix is entertaining the boxing business,
Wow.
right? And then I guess according to the Wall Street Journal, Jake Paul might be affiliated with it, and then they're looking into possibly streaming premier boxing champions there.
They need a home, and sports is the most watched, sports is the most watched, live events. Netflix,
Mhm.
And then also with the writer strikes, I'm sure they're back on content as far as scripted series. So yeah, live sports is the future. So I could definitely see Netflix jumping in that bed. Interesting.
Yeah.
So that means they're gonna charge extra money.
If it's live, if we're already paying for the subscription, I wonder if it's.
It's gonna be
I
like
don't know.
ESPN, ESPN Plus.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I pay for ESPN, I pay for ESPN Plus, then I gotta pay for the pay per view.
Which is like
You bitch is getting 3 different
insane
payments in
amount
one
of money.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch, what?
Yeah, and you have to have the subscription to even buy the pay per view, which sucks. But anyway,
And do we have any news on Jake Paul's next opponent? He just says a boxer with a winning record.
I don't know. I can Google it right now though. Jake Paul?
It would be it'd be news. I'm sure it'd be all over. But from what I heard, it's just a boxer with a winning record.
All right, we'll look for it afterwards.
That's all right, man.
So a few bout announcements.
Fuck it.
You want to do it right now? We'll do it.
Ah, fuck it.
Jake Paul with the.
Now let's
boxer.
talk about Armin versus freaking
Dude, Beneil
Dariush.
Dariush.
No, it's a great fight.
Yeah,
50 people are
dude.
gonna watch. Great fight. It's a phenomenal
I hear
fight.
you. I hear
I'm
you.
I'm one of the 50 hardcores here, man.
Oh my god. Okay.
You're the guy that thinks the UFC cancels main events because Ariel
me,
leaked it.
man.
That came from
We
Chin.
talked to some people.
Talked to some
We
people.
talked to some people. All right. So this is a fight night headliner for December 2nd.
Amazing fight. I was just being silly here. Amazing.
yeah.
Such a good fight.
It is. And also,
Ooh.
same Bobby Green, Dan Hooker. They've been talking about doing this fight, but yeah, apparently it's
That's a great fight.
happening there. And then your favorite, I know you're looking forward to this one. Raquel Pennington versus Mayra Bueno Silva for the vacant bantamweight title.
Speaking of 50 people watching. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I thought this was super funny. Okay, so Mark Zuckerberg, he had an MCL injury, right? And he posted about it. ACL injury, sparring, and he said he was supposed to have an MMA fight early next year, but it's got to be postponed. But the way this post looks is just like someone in like the UFC or MMA. You know what I mean?
Of course. No, his marketing team, his PR team was like, dude, people think you're such a cuck. We got to do something here. Are you into anything? He's like, I don't know. Teslas? No, I don't like them because of Elon. They're like, all right, we got to come up with some narrative to at least win you over some dude fans, man. You like jiu-jitsu? He's like, I guess. Like, cool. We're going to run with this jiu-jitsu thing. So he starts doing jiu-jitsu. Then they start leaking the fight. And he starts, hanging out with UFC and one championship fighters. And then now here we are. He's in the ER, and he blew his back out or whatever. I love
His leg.
look. He's all.
It's just like one of those posts that any UFC fighter. Did
Oh
in the
no!
hospital.
It's the same post Gustafsson posted after he went to the greatest war of all time with John Jones for the light heavyweight title. It's almost look at him.
I know.
He's like, I'll be all right, guys. God willing. I love look at hey UFC fighters. You
I
guys.
know, that's I knew.
All the UFC. John Jones, we got this, brother. Izzy, love you, dude. He's like, get better, bro. Henner, my boy. Dang, sorry to hear, Mark. Nina, I love Nina. Sorry to hear, Mark. Wishing you the speedy recovery. John Ack,
Oh, we
my
love John.
man. Everyone just like, oh, you're a warrior, dude. Get better, bro. Oh, man, that's such a shame. I was looking forward to your fight, bro. Oh, look at all these guys. You know what I don't want? You know what I don't want? I don't want your shitty freaking metaverse glasses. So I'm not gonna suck you off here, Mark. Oh, did you break a nail training, dude? And now you're in the ER taking pictures like you're Gustafsson that you went 5 rounds with the greatest fighter of all time. He's all, hopefully one day, dude. Gonna delay the fight for now. Everyone's like, oh man, I was stoked on that, bro. Oh, dude, I was dying to see you perform, man. You've been looking great lately. Oh man, just when your striking was coming together. Oh, dude, sucks, man. You just figured out the fucking omoplata. Oh, bummer, bro. We're gonna have to wait for your debut. Oh, thanks for the meta glasses, bro. Like, even our boy Mikey Mushimeshi was like, oh, damn, dude. Thanks for the new Metaverse Ray-Ban glasses. Get better soon, brother. See you next week, man. Yeah, I want nothing from this freaking robot. Your fighting sucks. Your jiu-jitsu sucks. Your platform sucks. You suck. How about that?
Damn, dude.
Your Instagram just got deleted.
I know.
Oh, no, dude. I forgot about that. They control my life.
I think okay.
Oh, dude, such a... Oh, man, are you kidding me? Just when 2023 couldn't get any worse. Now we're going to see Zuckerberg fight. Get better, bro.
It's
Oh,
hilarious, man.
oh, man. Oh, man. First they robbed Francis. Now you're taking Zuckerberg's fight away from us. Ugh. 2024 can't come soon enough. What exactly happened to him? His entire left leg's in a freaking cast. His hands broke.
It says ACL. Like what the?
Tore my ACL sparring. Just got a surgery to replace it. Ugh, part of the game. So many fight miles. This stuff happens. Am I right, Jones? Grateful for the doctor's team taking care of me. I was training for my very competitive MMA fight early next year, but now that's delayed. Ugh, the worst. Still looking forward to doing it after I recover. Good luck to my opponent. Thanks everyone for the love and support. Fight on.
You added a couple words there, but yeah.
Oh no.
So
Oh, I just got my new 10-ounce winning gloves. Oh. That's why I have 2 legs. I'll work on my right kicks.
that is aggressive for an ACL injury, right? That looks crazy. Anyway, do you want to get into this?
Blew my left leg out kicking somebody's ass. Part of the game. You're crazy if you don't think I'm putting that octagon in my backyard still, right, wifey? Post our text. What else you got?
Post our text, which you did.
Yeah, what she did.
Yeah. Do you know much about the whole antitrust lawsuit? And they're showing like how much money UFC fighters made undisclosed.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, to me, it's a little bit boring, but
It's
do you wanna get
super
into that?
deep cut. You
Yeah.
can the info. Oh no, the the information that they released.
I got a few.
Where do I
here.
want to go on this? I know some stuff you guys don't know. I'll play friendly for now because I know some numbers that they're not showing on here. But overall, it's such a bad look for the UFC because if you look how many pay-per-views Conor sold and how much he's actually paid, according to these reports, it's a fraction. So you can... When you guys hate on these, the Francis leaving the UFC fighting Fury, when you hate on guys leaving the Woodley and Ben Askren leaving the UFC fighting Jake Paul, this should show you a little bit of insight of why they do it. They are not set. They are not billionaires. They are not millionaires by any means. Think how massive Conor McGregor is. Think how famous Conor McGregor is. Then look at the amount of money, according to these reports, that he was paid. Think of Ronda Rousey, how massive she is. Think of how many pay-per-views she sold, how many pay-per-views Conor McGregor sold. Think of Jon Jones, the greatest of all time. When you look at the numbers that are released, you're like, oh, that's not what I thought it was. That's why so many people are upset at the UFC and how much of a monopoly they have and how much power they have over the fighters. This is going to get worse for the UFC. There's stuff that I'm not going to, again, I shoot from the hip and the sources. I know what my eyes have seen, and I know how much certain people were paid, and I know the numbers that they're showing on there, and this is where it gets tricky, because then you're talking about a different set of problems with the UFC, because the numbers that they're reporting, I saw different. I'll say that.
All right.
So, but this is what they have to report to the IRS. So I don't know. All I know is no matter what the numbers are, this is going to highlight, and this is such a deep cut that most of the public's not even going to care, because you got to really go down the rabbit hole here. But just know that even Conor McGregor, according to these numbers, wasn't compensated like he should be, or how you think he was. I'll say that.
Okay, fair enough. One more, and then Casey.
Oh, no.
I'll need Casey's help on this one. So this is a post by Fabricio Verdum. And by the way, Terrence McKinney reposted this. And so it says right here, I don't know how to say this. I don't want to say it. Right here. That's his post, right?
Happy anniversary?
Yeah.
Feliz Anniversario. I don't want to say that
I know.
word.
So that's what I'm saying. Let's not. But
that's his daughter.
it must be, right? I don't know for a fact.
Does that mean happy birthday?
So I'm going to do the C translation.
Yeah.
I'm going to click that.
Okay, it's off.
Okay.
What's off?
No, I just took
He's
it
taking it
the
off screen because
I
I'm
took it
just
off
showing you this now.
Oh, cool.
So look at this. I don't know how this happens. Terrence McKinney posted this. Dude,
That's not real.
this is Instagram. So I'm like, how's that possible? So if anyone wants to
Is Verdum
see
canceled now? Because Instagram screwed him on the translation? He's like, no, I didn't mean that, man. No.
it's so crazy.
His daughter's probably like, oh my God, I have so many comments on that birthday post, Dad. Thank you so much.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say. That can't be real, dude.
So if anyone wants to see it, go to Fabricio Verdum's Instagram post about a happy birthday, and then go to C translation, and it's just crazy, dude. It's so crazy.
I'll stay away from that one, man.
I know, just showing you.
But I don't know, maybe this is Nick. I don't know, maybe that's the nickname.
That's so.
I don't know. I don't speak Portuguese. I don't know. But I assume that word in any language is frowned upon. Oh, man. These are some fun tournaments. Oh, man. First Zuckerberg gets freaking hurt, and now Verdum called his...
It's just.
Now Verdum called his daughter the N-word. Oh, 2024, get here now.
I don't know how that translation happened, but it's.
I don't
crazy,
either.
dude.
Someone on Instagram's getting fired. Oh, man. Well, UFC 295. It's so funny. Oh, man. Poor Verdum. He's all, wait. But also fix it, Verdum. Fix it ASAP. Even if the translation's off, just get rid of that word, man. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, a bunch of, I'm excited for Yuri, Alex. Sergey, Tom Aspinall, that's going down. UFC 295 is this freaking Saturday. So get yourself some cold ones and enjoy this amazing UFC 295 card. Shout out to our boy Matt Steamroller Favola. Yeah. Get it done against the God of War, my man. We're rooting for you here. Thick boy. My eyes on that Jared Gordon, Mark Madsen fight. I'm excited for that one. But you guys know my picks. Tommy Aspinall, Alex Pereira, Matt Steamroller. And, yeah, can't wait. This is a great card. Enjoy it, fellas and ladies. Shout out to Verdum. I'll be on tour. My next tour dates until Zuckerberg sees this and kills me. December 8th and 9th, Friday, Saturday only. 2 shows. 2 shows Friday, 7 and 9. 2 shows Saturday, 7 and 9. That's in downtown Chicago. Come get some Chi-Town. I'll be trying your deep dish pizza, aka casseroles. Then Nashville, January 25th. And it's one night only in Nashville, January 25th. That's a Thursday. Then January 26th, 27th, that Friday, Saturday, I jump on over to Austin. So get your tickets. We got Edmonton, San Jose, Vancouver's on there, Fort Worth, Plano, Texas. We're all over. Get your tickets, thickboy.com. Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, man, Mark Zuckerberg. All right, love you guys. I'm out. Be nice to each other.